So, why Switzerland? Why you should move here to work in IT? Well, I wrote actually two blog posts about it. You can check them out here. In the SlideShare presentation, you can click the links. But for now, let's focus on the key points. So, Switzerland is the most stable democracy in the world. It really shows how to really run a country in a way where people want to live. It's neutral since 200 years. There are no wars. It's in the like kind of always in the sphere to be the mediator between countries that are like fighting with each other. So it's really really exciting to be and live in a neutral country. Of course, geographically, it's really really great because you can go to Italy, Germany, France, Austria, and you're really 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 well located because you can also go to Asia or the US if you want because well the flights are about the same distance. And the really amazing thing is the low taxation and the big salaries. So you can expect that you will earn something around 100,000 Swiss francs. So the only place in the world where you make more money would be New York or San Francisco. So after social contributions, you are left with around 7,000 euros. This is for a developer with 3 to 5 years of experience, and I misspelled taxes wrong. Alrighty, so as a single, you can live comfortably on 2,000 Swiss francs. You can see more about this in this link and longer YouTube video. So let's talk about the jobs. The first one is in an agency that's a little bit bigger, 300 people. They do projects in the banking and insurance sector. They have an innovation department. They have jobs in Java, .NET, and frontend. They usually use the stack which is required by the client. And unlike in other countries, this kind of like body leasing is actually quite well done in Switzerland. So usually you're never alone going to some client, but always in a group of like 5 to 10 developers. So you're really like the expert going doing some project for half a year, for 1 year, for 2 years. And here it is important that you have a university degree. They kind of want to see it. And like the German level should be on a level where you can speak in a small talk kind of conversation, so you can follow like during lunch or after work, and you should really be focused on learning German. They will of course support this with courses, and yeah, that would be like a big company that I could recommend. So reach out if you want to hear about this. Let's talk about another one, which is more smaller company, 20 people, but they actually do really complicated projects still. So for example, like all the weather data in Switzerland is managed by their backend. So they built a whole Java custom backend where they measure and transform the humidity, temperature data into something that a backend can, let's say, transform into something that a front end can display. So this is a company that still actually pays really really well, although it's rather small. Here you don't need a university degree; you just need to be able to code, and the German must be better than B2, so it must be really like ideally you are sort of fluent. And you shouldn't be scared to touch the front end. So often in smaller companies, it's actually like this that they look less for super specialists, but more people that also can do a little bit other things. Although here it's more like a backend focused role, but you should be able to touch the front end a little bit, do a little bit of JavaScript, CSS, HTML. The third one, I'm really excited about it because they're working on solving the virus. So it's like a biotech company. They have offices all over the world, and the center of gravity is their Swiss office, and they use the newest Java version and basically do data centric work. Also here, university degree is not needed, but you really, really, really need to understand Java because here you will get like a super, super Java heavy assessment. And yeah, you should be able to, of course, be really quick in Java and general backend programming. So what else keep in mind if generally interviewing with Swiss companies? Please don't during the interview don't say, oh yeah, it's like so much more money, I want to move there. I mean, everybody kind of knows this in the back of their head. So rather say, I mean, think of other reasons. I mean, probably if you really plan to relocate, there are several reasons: the nature, the center of the geographic location, all the things we mentioned in the beginning. So local people really don't like that people like when people only relocate because of the money, just the probability is very high that they will just leave or be unhappy or something like that. So really like focus on all the benefits that you get here and research the country a little bit more. Same about the company. So what doesn't work here is if you like apply to 20 companies just like this is really not I mean, because in the first interview they will like hear if you really research the company or not, and because Swiss companies get so many applications, they are rather picky. So you should really, I mean, I know if you apply at many companies it really takes time, but it's really worth it before the right interview. Research the research partner, who is it on LinkedIn, Twitter, do they have like a blog, and try to find similarities. Maybe this person you're talking to also likes motorcycles, and then you can like small talk and connect over motorcycles. This would be really really nice. um, I see that my face covers actually the links of the reach out, but you'll find it in the slides before that. So basically, yeah, really try to connect with the people about like topics that are also non-technical. It's very important to really stand out because it's very competitive over here, and most companies don't pay for relocation. It's just not in the culture unless it's like some a big super big international company where like the American influence comes, that you like pay for everything. But here it's like just the case that the salary, as you saw in the beginning, is so high that it doesn't often is required, because like from the first salary you will anyway be able to pay your relocation on your own. So if you have further questions about Switzerland, you can find me on Twitter, LinkedIn, or email, and I hope to hear you soon or get your profile via recommendation.